Denizens of the Mycoverse, I welcome you to my lecture on the modern day struggle of the warrior and the king. Now, we look at the example of the modern day boy. He has a question that he must pose, and that question is, Father, would you get off of the family computer? I would like to goon. And the father, not one to be usurped, would almost inevitably say, Son, I will not leave my position at this computer. I will not cede my station to you so that you might goon. And there's some wisdom in this, you know? Like, what is it to goon? And what is a son versus his father? Because they are in many ways one and the same, and in some ways very similar, as we can see in the high father and son quaternions, and as we can see in the God the Father and Son model, but they're still two distinct parts of a whole. And I think that's an important discovery, notion to acknowledge. Now, why is it important that the father is at the family computer? So the father is at the family computer because he is reaching his arm, so to speak, out into the world. He is engaging the world, browsing, surfing the web, one might say, surfing the ocean, in a way, surfing the waves atop the sea of chaos, as men do. You know, we take the feminine chaos, the sea, and explore it so that we might find new lands to conquer. In the same way, the son, without this wisdom, but with a more eager foolhardiness to him, one that is a fire within his tummy that will drive him harder than his father to do these things. The son sees his father as foolish because he is not as fire-filled and passionate as he is, one might say. So the son, thinking that his father is foolish in his casual surfing, his casual browsing, he asks his father to sacrifice his station at the computer for him. And this is a noble cause, to sacrifice one's computer's station for one's son. However, this station at the computer, so to speak, is a station that might not be within the reach of the son at this season of his life. Now let me explain. It is important for the son to, at some point, take the station from his father that is browsing the internet, surfing the web, surfing the world. However, the son asks his father to cede this position to him so that he may goon. But what is gooning? Gooning is the act of being pulled under by the undertow, by something that you do not understand. And it is not only the act of being pulled, it is the phenomenon that is seeking to be pulled down. The son is not pulled down by the undertow into the depths against his will. As a matter of fact, the son is not pulled down until he seeks to be pulled down. This is important. The son asks specifically to use the computer so that he might goon. This is because his subconscious betrays him. He knows deep down that he does not want to surf the web, so to speak, that he does not want to surf the world in search of lands. Rather, he wishes to use this black mirror of sorts to engage with his darkest behaviors, with his darkest desires, his shadow, his unintegrated shadow. And The gooning is a willful act of blindness toward this shadow. This gooning is an indulgence in this shadow, unknowing to the conscious at least. The consciousness does not know that this is what is happening, of course, the ego, but the shadow is still there, and the unconscious knows what is going on. It represents a sort of prostitution of the anima, which the son, being naive and young and unwise like his father, is more than ready and willing to engage in. Now this is important because he does not understand that his anima, his wife, his mother, are all one and the same. He does not understand, like his father does, that if he prostitutes this anima, that if he sacrifices himself to the depths willingly, in a fit of ecstasy, in a fit of gooning, if he does this, he is prostituting not only his own anima, his soul, he prostitutes his mother, he prostitutes his wife and his daughter. And he gives up on his endeavoring nature. He no longer seeks to conquer the world. He no longer seeks to find distant lands, to surf the web. But instead, he has decided to plant himself where he started and numb himself with a fit of gooning. Created, the word escapes me, ecstasy. Inducted maybe, not even. Gooning induced ecstasy. So remember, if you are to ask your father to cede his station at the family computer to you, the helm of the ship which we use to surf the web, the world, be certain that it is not to indulge that part of you which has gone unacknowledged, that part of you which has gone repressed, that part of you which is the other to your conscious, that part of you which is the shadow. And instead, be certain that this request of yours is for none other than a noble purpose, that you might someday take this helm and surf the world to bring the ship of your own family forward into a better future for yourself and for humanity.